Ah, Padawan. I heard your shuttle arriving. I am Master C.O. Bakarn of the Jedi Council. Welcome to Tython. This is the ancestral home of our order, where the Jedi first came to be, and where our most promising Padawans complete their training.
Excellent. Thank you for the welcome. I trust the accommodations for both myself and Fifi have already been arranged. I'd like to get started as quickly as possible.
With respect, Master CO, I'd rather be training than talking.
Your instructors tell me that even in childhood you had a remarkable connection to the Force. We haven't seen such power in decades. I was hoping your new master would be here. Yuan left her dig site and is returning to Tython specifically to train you.
Dig site? And yet she's late? Are you sure she's somebody that can handle my area of expertise?
If Master Yuan's so keen to train me, you'd think she'd show up on time.
A Jedi Master's time is rarely her own. Patience. Recall the Jedi Code. There is no emotion, there is peace. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no passion, there is serenity. There is no chaos, there is harmony. There is no death, there is the Force. This is... Yuan, I was beginning to worry.
So you've arrived safely, my Padawan. I'm sorry I can't greet you properly, but we already have a crisis on our hands.
A crisis? Already? I stand ready to help however you need.
I'm at your service, Master.
Tython is a treasure trove of ancient Jedi relics. Recently, our researchers uncovered several teaching holograms, but they've not been fully studied. These holograms may be records of the founders of the Jedi Order. They're absolutely irreplaceable. But a large group of flesh raiders has begun rampaging through that region. Those priceless holograms are in danger.
Flesh raiders. I haven't heard of them.
I've never heard of flesh raiders before.
The Flesh Raiders are Tython's natives. Savage cannibals who destroy everything in their path.
Including the holograms' projectors. Combat teams are pushing the flesh raiders back, but retrieving the holograms is the first task of your training.
No, Yuan, you can't risk a Padawan against Flesh Raiders, even for such important artifacts.
A Padawan who was stronger in the Force at 4 years old than I was at 15? Gifted students need greater challenges.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed.
I was hoping you'd treat my abilities with the respect they deserve.
Pride is not a Jedi virtue, Padawan. Nor is overconfidence.
Which this is neither.
The holograms are in the Gnarls. Be vigilant. That region has dangers of its own. If you encounter any difficulties, contact me on this holocommunicator. When you have the holograms, meet me at the Jedi Temple. We have much to discuss.
What did you make of them, Fifi? I don't know. We'll see how our time goes here. I'm sure we'll have other things that we can accomplish while we're playing along. It'll be helpful to have people on the Jedi Council who don't really know much about us other than that we're sweet and gentle. You know. The first of the holograms should be over here, Fifi. Can you imagine the way that the Jedi Master, all overconfidence, doesn't look good on a Padawan? Neither does not knowing your capabilities and having the ability to protect yourself. Yeah, it seems that they don't care about that either.
Activation protocol begins. So, after the long silence, finally someone comes. I am Garen Jard. Millennia ago, I stood as a founder of the Jedi Order.
You're still just a hologram, either way, founder or not.
You may be programmed to think you're Garen Jard, but this is just an image.
Maybe so, but my wisdom can still be useful to those who listen. When the Jedi Order began, I saw we must be dedicated to peace, to calming our emotions, and ending war across the galaxy. If we fought, it should only be in self-defense. That is the founding principle of civilization.
We need war in order to bring about any sort of change or progress. pretending that everything is fine and being peaceful is all well and good if you enjoy never seeing anything grow or change or just burying your head in the sand.
When a civilization is under attack, its technology and culture develop faster than they do in peacetime.
Deadlier weapons, stronger armies. Do they feed the hungry or heal the sick? The Jedi may have changed, but galactic peace has always remained one of our goals. Activation protocol complete. Go well.
Fifi, it was talking about galactic peace. I didn't realize the Jedi of old were certainly that idealistic. I mean, I knew they were going to be, but like this? I thought they'd have at least a little bit more bite to them. It's the only reason I came to Tython was to see if we could dig up something that would just prove that everybody wasn't so peaceful and boring. This is becoming more and more disappointing every second that we're here. I hope coming to Tython wasn't a mistake. We'll find out, though.
Activation protocol begins. Ah, another has come to listen. When the Jedi Order was founded, I, Calibrin, said we should devote ourselves to justice. True justice cannot be driven by emotion. We Jedi can set our passions aside and seek the truth without fear or favor.
You do realize how long that would take, and sometimes you need to come to a decision quite quickly.
Sometimes a decision must be made quickly, without hours of soul-searching.
Perhaps. But then you must live with the consequences. We are Jedi. Every decision we make may affect strangers millions of light years away. That knowledge must guide your judgment. Activation protocol complete.
The insinuation there, though, Fifi, was that our decisions, provided we meditate long enough on them and think them through, those consequences then aren't our fault? What was wrong with these Jedi of old? It seems like their ability to reason and think things through is, well, questionable, to say the least. I think there's only 2 more of these holograms we have to save. I hope the next one is a little bit more exciting than the last 2, because the last 2, while boring, also proved a point, and not one I was hoping that they would make.
Activation protocol begins. A new Jedi comes to learn. Excellent. Excellent. I am Ter Senden, Keeper of the Histories, a founder and chronicler of the Jedi Order. I saw us becoming guardians of knowledge and secrets. We Jedi would safeguard the wisdom of the galaxy.
The wisdom? Oh, interesting. Does that include ancient relics and the like? That I absolutely will get on board with.
Gathering such knowledge would be a great adventure.
My travels took me across many worlds, more than any other founder. I saw, heard, dreamed. Jedi seek to dispel ignorance, to understand other cultures, and bring that understanding to others. Never forget that, wherever your path leads. Activation protocol complete.
Jedi are meant to dispel ignorance. That I can get behind. That seems like a worthwhile cause. Alright, finally, Tython has a point for it, Fifi. Nothing's happening. Is there no hologram here? Looks like something's been removed, Fifi.
Master Yuan, I've encountered a problem. One of the holoprojectors has been stolen.
Stolen? But the flesh raiders don't steal, they destroy. I'll look into this. If you have the other holograms, come and meet me at the Jedi Temple. I'm sending you directions now.
I'll meet you shortly.
And please, Padawan, be careful.
I will.
There isn't. It's out of my hands, Kaizen. I haven't. Padawan, come in. This is Kaizen Fess, an old friend. He's here on a hunting expedition. A sacred Trandoshan tradition.
It's nice to meet you.
It's an honor to meet you.
Dornor Bosrum, the Endekrus, Sankalis, Mordavrapsak.
Some people, even some Jedi, disapprove of my friendship with Kaizen. I wanted you to meet, before rumors prejudiced you. First, thank you for saving the holograms. The Jedi have lost enough lately without losing our history, too.
Why do they have a problem with you being friends with Kaizen? Is it because he seems rather bloodthirsty? That he's Trandoshan? Odd. I thought the Jedi were supposed to be welcoming and hospitable to everyone? But I assume you mean in the war, correct?
Loss is a small word for what we suffered at the Empire's hands.
That discussion will have to wait. I've identified the holoprojector that was stolen. It contained a hologram of Master Rajivari.
Who?
Rajivari was another of the Jedi founders. He turned to the dark side. He betrayed the very order he helped to create.
Yet they retained his own hologram? Odd, you'd think they tried to wipe him out of existence. How did he betray the order exactly?
What exactly did Rajivari do?
Details of his life are maddeningly sparse. Rajivari was immensely powerful. That stolen hologram could hold his darkest secrets. The thief is likely from Kalikori village. Local Twi'lek pilgrims here illegally. Many of them are poor or hungry.
Are you trying to tell me that the Jedi thought it was fine to leave a hologram out for most anyone to interact with that might have contained a traitor to the Jedi's darkest secrets who had gone and defected to the Sith? Sincerely, you just left that all out there? Nobody was worried? Why is their village illegal?
You said Kalikori village isn't a legal settlement. I didn't think Tython had such laws.
The Republic couldn't give the Twi'leks permission to colonize Tython. Too dangerous. But they came regardless. I'd like you to go to Kalikori village, discover who took the holoprojector and retrieve it. But tread lightly. The Twi'leks are here in defiance of Republic law. We're forbidden to fully defend them, even when the Flesh Raiders attack. Relations are strained.
Yet, no one's forcing them to stay. Isn't that correct?
If the Twi'leks can't survive here without help, they should leave.
Tython is their home, Padawan. They have nowhere else to go. When you reach Kalikori village, find Bashen, captain of the village guard. He knows everyone. He may have seen the holoprojector. I think meeting these pilgrims will be a good lesson for you, Padawan. Go carefully.
Fifi, did you know that you could have illegal settlements here on Tython? I didn't even realize the Republic dealt in such things and that the Jedi Order would even consider that to be something that they should uphold. Imagine having a whole village of supposedly innocent beings who couldn't necessarily... Fifi? Oh, there you are, honey. A whole village of innocent Twi'leks who can and cannot defend themselves, it seems, and not being able to fully help defend them, but still being a Jedi. It's almost like the Republic is wanting somebody to handle that problem, delicately or not so delicately, depending on how you want to look at the situation. But the village should be just this way. Yes, this is the Twi'lek village that we cannot technically fully defend, but can still defend a little. It's quite busy here. Not exactly a bastion of civilization, and what I assume would be finer thought. This way, Fifi. I assume you're who I'm looking for?
Break out another cask, or 3. The festival only comes once a year. Our stores can take it.
Just as well. We have an uninvited guest.
I won't be staying long.
I see. Festival of Awakening, Jedi. You're not welcome here.
Really? I thought I could go wherever I wanted, considering you're not supposed to be here either.
This is a Jedi world. I'll come and go as I please.
What were you expecting, Bashen? An apology?
What do you want?
Well, hello to you too. I'm hunting a thief. Something was stolen from the Jedi, and I mean to reclaim it.
A valuable Jedi holoprojector has been stolen. I want it, and the name of whoever took it.
We don't steal. We salvage.
A holoprojector? Yeah, I know what you mean. Nalen found one. Nalen Rollock. Maybe you've heard of him?
No, I don't necessarily care who he is. I just want the holoprojector.
If Nalen took the holoprojector, he's a thief. What else is there to know?
Nalen Rollock, our dueling champion for 9 years straight. He once rescued an entire scouting party from flesh raiders single-handed. He planned our defenses, protects us when we go foraging. Without him, we wouldn't even be having the festival. And no, I am not telling you where he is. Nalen earns his peace and quiet.
I'm sure you think that Nalen has earned his peace and quiet, is it? However, I'm stuck here until my training is complete, and I don't want to be here. I don't find any of this beneficial to myself or Fifi. Don't make me angry. The consequences are something none of you will recover from.
You have a choice. Either point me in Nalen's direction, or this festival will be memorable for all the wrong reasons.
You wouldn't.
Yes.
Not on festival day. There's children here.
Just tell her, Bashen, so she can get out.
Okay, fine. Nalen went into the Flesh Raiders' territory. He's probably still there. He's been gone a while.
See? We can all be cordial with each other on such a fun, festive day. That wasn't so hard, was it?
Next time, try giving a simple answer. You'll save everyone a lot of time.
Whatever, just go.
See ya. Ah, Fifi. Can you imagine being here and then trying to threaten a Jedi? Thinking that it's okay to protect someone that stole from the Jedi and that the Jedi wouldn't come and retaliate? I mean, granted, we have met the people at the temple and the other Jedi, and none of them really and truly seem like they have a backbone. Disappointing. Really and truly, I'm sure that they thought, you know what, we could just steal from the Jedi, who cares? Because the Jedi... No, I know, they never do anything about it. Honestly, that's the most disappointing thing about the Jedi so far. They never do they never, Fifi, never. Can you imagine someone stealing from you? Preposterous. These must be the flesh raiders that we've heard about. Not really that terrifying, are they? Just mindless, it seems like. They can't be, though. If this is... I assume that this is their planet. This must be why the Twi'leks weren't allowed to settle here. They couldn't defend themselves against something like that? Fifi, what have we gotten ourselves into? I know we only agreed to come here, so then that way the Jedi would get off our back. But I don't know if I find any of this worthwhile so far. And we still have time to leave. I fully and completely agree. It's just... Now I need to see how this all plays out. How far are the Jedi willing to go in order to get this holoprojector back, to secure it in everything? For someone who was allegedly protecting his peace, was it, or had earned it, whatever you want to call it, he is hanging out in an awfully interesting cave for an awfully interesting amount of time. Huh. Look at all these bones. I wonder what kind of predator was here before this. Probably not a fun one. Do you think he killed it? Had to have. Unless somebody else killed it and he's just using what was left of the area. I don't know. I get the distinct impression that he killed whatever had lived in here originally and then claimed this for his own. I wonder if the rest of the Twi'leks know. There it is. It does have a menacing glow to it, doesn't it? What kind of secrets do you think Rajivari had? Why would he have left the Jedi Order? Why did he, and I quote, go to the dark side? Did he really go to the dark side, Fifi? No, I don't know either. What if he didn't? What if he just saw reason and common sense and the Jedi booted him out, so then he had nowhere else to go? Only one way to find out. Let's see if he'll talk.
You make a lot of noise. I come for a flesh raider, I find a Jedi Padawan. I come to listen, to think among the dead, to fight for my people. Why have you come?
You stole the holo projector. I'm here to retrieve it, nothing more.
My master sent me to bring Rajavari's holo projector back to the temple.
I'm called Nalen Ralok. The others in the village spin tales of their legendary protector. They don't understand. Are the flesh raiders destroyed? No. My people aren't safe until my learning's complete. Tython's relics still have lessons. I listen. I can do things I never imagined possible. I will be the defender my people deserve.
By stealing Jedi artifacts, you think you'll become the defender your people deserve? Stealing and listening to Jedi artifacts doesn't make you a defender. It just makes you a thief. You have no training.
Help Kalikori village if you wish, but Rajavari's holoprojector wasn't yours to take.
Tython is our home too. We'll use whatever we find to defend ourselves. You Jedi don't have a say. But you're not a concern. Only the flesh raiders matter. Rajavari's hologram showed me how to punish them. The flesh raiders will come, but not leave. A merciful death compared to what my people have suffered.
You are crazy. This is delightful. So you're force sensitive. Nobody knew. Now you've gotten your hands on Jedi artifacts and you think that you can wield the powers that you need in order to defeat the flesh raiders. And possibly the Jedi. Because you seem just off your rocker enough to think that after you defeat all those flesh raiders, you can come for the Jedi Order too. And honestly, part of me wants to see that happen.
Have you lost your mind?
There are hidden wonders, Jedi, and my journey has just begun. Now run, or die.
Fifi? Oh look, you brought more flesh raiders. Fifi, isn't this fun? He's force sensitive. That's how he's protected his people this whole time. Oh. Honestly, this is what you get for not letting people settle here and then not letting your Jedi defend them. The Jedi don't come to this village nearly often enough to see what's right in front of them. So then we get things like this happening. Delightful. I can't wait to see how they all handle this in the end.
Padawan, I just spoke to Rana Dalven, the daughter of Kalikori village's matriarch, concerning your visit there.
What of it?
I was appalled. Threatening innocent people is unacceptable. Aggression and impatience only lead to ruin.
I look forward to the day that my aggression and impatience leads me to ruin, but until then, would you like to discuss the mission at hand? I find that to be far more important than threatening a few people.
I found the holoprojector as you asked.
We should check that Rajavari's hologram is safe.
The holoprojector was stolen by a Twi'lek, Nalen Ralok. He learned force techniques from Rajavari's hologram. He was obviously unstable.
A villager? Very unusual. Then this Nalen is force sensitive. Let's see what he saw.
Activation protocol begins. A few words. Shall this be all my legacy? No. My enemies are long dead. It is time. Hear me. I have left true wisdom behind. For those who follow where the first blade points, from the sanctuary of the Order, all else is fleeting.
My word. True wisdom. Padawan, he's talking about the Fount of Rajivari.
The Fount of Rajivari? Are you all right? You don't look well.
Master, you seem shaken.
I'm fine. This is just hard to believe. After Rajivari fell, sources claimed he created a great archive of his knowledge and teachings, the Fount of Rajivari. Generations of Jedi search for it, finding nothing. The Fount's considered a hoax by all reputable scholars, but we just heard proof.
It does exist. It must be very powerful, but Nalen now also knows that it exists, which is a terrifying thought.
An untouched archive of ancient Jedi knowledge? Imagine what could be learned from it.
The hologram said follow where the first blade points from the Sanctuary of the Order. Kaleth! The ruins at Kaleth. The name means sanctum. It's the remains of an ancient fortress. Evidence suggests Kaleth was destroyed in a great battle. Old droids still walk those ruins today. But this first blade is a puzzle.
A puzzle Nalen's also solving.
I can't help thinking Nalen's had much longer to work this out.
We have found several old weapons in one section of Kaleth. Nothing like a first blade, but a good place to begin. I planned your training so carefully, but the Force has intervened. Finding the Fount of Rajivari and stopping Nalen must be a greater test.
And it's much better than any other training, trust me. I don't do well with textbook lessons.
Obviously, finding the Fount of Rajivari is more suited to my talents.
You should know, Padawan. The Council tends to disapprove of such training, but I'll explain everything to them. For now, focus on exploring Kaleth for this first blade. Call me on your holocommunicator at once if you have any success.
Fifi, what do you make of the information we just got about the fact that the Jedi Order frowns upon different kinds of teaching? Because I have to tell you, honey, that amuses me. First of all, that we are getting a special kind of education, because you know that when the time comes to make me a full Jedi, they're going to have a tough time with that. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear what kind of arguments they're going to have. All we have to tell them is that the Force was guiding me, and they'll have no choice.